My parents actually escaped when I was about 8 months old from Vietnam, and I got really sick. I got pneumonia actually, and like everyone's like, you know, you need to throw her off the boat because she's crying. But my mom's like, no, if she goes off, I go with her.
I came from Shanghai, China. After my husband finding his job, we moved to Bay Area and start our American dream.
My parents were about 21 and maybe 25, so all they did was just work, 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 because that's how you survive. My dad did whatever he could do with the limited English that he spoke. It was their way of loving their kids.
I think one of the great visions that our founders had when they formed AACI in 1973 was to make AACI pan-Asian.
We pride ourselves in providing an array of services to help families.
Our mission is to improve the health, mental health, and well-being of Asian Americans in Santa Clara County.
My parents are really big on keeping the Vietnamese culture. It's all about speaking Vietnamese, doing everything the Vietnamese tradition. There was really a big gap. We didn't spend a lot of time talking. I'd come home, go straight to my room. My siblings, same thing. We just couldn't get along. We didn't understand each other. We didn't appreciate each other. I started with AACI when I was a freshman in high school. My friends were just like, there's this group, it's geared towards Asians. And you know, you kind of go there and you just talk. A lot of the stuff that they were talking about really like hit home to me.
I got a work-related car accident in 2005. When I was in hospital, my husband never been there. Doctor asked me, Estella, where's your husband? I was hurt. My husband has an affair and doesn't want to give family support and child support. I want to kill myself, but I couldn't find the good person to take care of my son. At that time, he was only 6 years old.
I had twin brothers, and they hung out together all the time. And in 1998, my brother was actually hanging out with, you know, gangs, and he actually got shot in front of a coffee shop. He was 15. The last time I talked to him, we actually got into an argument. My parents grew old overnight. It really broke my heart. Till this day, we have never taken a family photo. Teen, who was the twin, I remember the day he got his driver's license, and he's like sitting there crying. I'm like, what's wrong? He's all like, you know, we were supposed to get our license together. It was really tough for him.
We take an approach of working not only with the individual, but with whole families. We provide a way for them to get services when there might be no other place for them to go.
I didn't feel that I could tell my mom, you know, the last time I talked to my brother, we argued, and now, you know, and I regret it so much. One of the first few people that I did call was my AACI counselor. They really were able to help me feel like they sympathized with me, you know. Life was kind of over for me at that point. They told me that things are gonna get better. Just having someone there to talk to, AACI helped me survive my brother's death.
For a long time, I have a lot of pain, physical pain, mental pain. I didn't spend much time with my son. Before I leaving my mom talked to me. Whenever you are, wherever you go, whatever you do, just keep your hope and never give up. I need to find a way for better life for myself and my son. So I went to government to look for help, and then later I went to CallWorks and AACI.
One of the challenges in the Asian American community, like many communities, is that there is a lot of stigma about getting help. And so one of the things that we do here at AACI is we talk about all of these issues.
Counselor treated me very nicely, tried to help me organize well my thought and reduce my anxious. At AACI, you know, I feel so welcome. My counselor was really helping me for stop being victim, to stand up for myself.
So I turned to the AACI counselor and was like, I need a job. I applied for a youth counselor, working at AACI with the students, hearing their stories, thinking about how much it sounded like my story. AACI was able to help me not only get a job, but just to feel that I belong. One of the biggest things that I've learned working for AACI, being around AACI, is that there's always people out there to help you. I am totally a different person because of AACI, and it helped my parents. I changed the way I communicate with them. The way they interact with my kids are totally different than how they interacted with us when we were younger. You would never hear my mom before tell me that she loves me, but now you'll hear her. Actually, I'll hug her more, I'll kiss her more. They tell me all the time that they're so proud of me for who I've become.
My son is 10 years old now. He's a happy boy. I went to school. I majored in medical insurance. On graduation day, I made a speech. My son was there. He said, "Mom, you set a good example for me." I feel so happy. I think that's the way I help my son.
I see my future as being a really happy one, actually. I have 2 great, beautiful kids. I have a loving and supporting husband. My kids feel really loved. Knowing the issues I went with my family, I always make sure my kids know. They probably get sick of it because Mommy's always saying she loves us. We know already, Mommy, you love us. I never forget what AACI has done for me and my family. Never.
Even I still have a struggling right now, but I feel I'm better than before. I feel more confident. I have a job. I feel secure. I know I can do a lot of things. If I try, I have a better future now.